Hey, welcome back. This your girl Jessica Facts the Truth, and I'm here to talk about my last video. So would you please like and subscribe to my channel and leave comments and anything you want to ask me, that I can talk about, I will talk about in my next video. But anyways, okay, I want to start from the beginning. From the beginning when I signed my plea. I had a plea of robbery by intimidation. I had to do 20 served 10 years in a women's state's prison. I know some of y'all like, oh my God, who did she rob? No one. But I really can't get into any details because I had a couple of people ask me about my life. They asking about my life. Well, I'm a small town country girl out of Southwest Georgia. I grew up here, born and raised. Uh, I've never ever been anywhere except for like North Carolina, and but that's about it. That's that's about it. I am a single mother of two beautiful, amazing, awesome, loving, caring, sweet kids. I'm the third born of four kids. I have two amazing sisters and one loving brother. Both of my parents are still living and they're still married. I actually been to college twice. The first time I actually graduated and succeeded. The second time I did not. The first time I graduated from cosmetology. The second time I did not graduate. That was around the time that I got into the little bit of trouble I got in, and I couldn't complete or graduate from criminal justice. I know I was in criminal justice. Anyways, well, as me and my dad walking out the courtroom, with get in the car and it's total silence. We just ride in silence. I mean, we wasn't saying nothing to each other. He was driving and I was on the passenger side, and we just didn't say anything. We finally get to their house, and when we walk in, all we hear is my mama yelling and praying and crying. And at that point, that's when me and my dad broke down. You know, when I'm the first person in my family to have ever gone to prison, ever. So we're lost. We're lost for words. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to expect. Only thing we know is I'm going to prison for 10 years. You understand? So it's like, dang, like, why my family? Why one of my family members? You know what I'm saying? So we was lost for words. We had no understanding. We was just confused. We was discombobulated. My whole family just tore to pieces for them couple of weeks that I was home. It's like we just couldn't get right. Everybody seemed weird to me. Like everybody, it's like they mourn in their own ways. Like, yeah, I can't even really explain. Like everybody was still acting the same, but at the same time, they really wasn't. It's like they didn't know what to say to me. Like they just didn't know what to do, and I didn't expect them to know what to do or say to me because this is our first time going through this, so we don't know what to say. What do you say to someone that has never been incarcerated? What do you say to someone that's never did anything wrong besides this one encounter, And on my last night of being a free woman, I was sitting in my room and I was on my phone on the side of the bed, and I tell you exactly what I was doing. I was deactivating my Facebook account. And my door flew open. Boom. So I look and I'm like, baby, what's wrong? It's my son. And I'm just like, baby, what's wrong? And he says, he just runs and jumped in my arms and he's just crying. He said, Mama, I don't want you to go to prison. This ain't right. So what do a parent do at that moment? It's nothing you can do. Your hands are tied behind your back, you know? And he's crying. I'm crying. I can't stop him from crying. And he's he's he started hyperventilating or something. He just started, he couldn't catch his breath. He was turning red. He was turning purple. And I was like, oh my God, my son can't breathe. So I called my parents and my mom, she tells me, well, bring him over here. So I go get my daughter up because she was asleep at this time. And at this time, she was 5. My son was 8. And we get over there and he just runs to my dad. And my dad take him to the back room. And I can remember them saying some few words, but I can't really know what they were saying. So I just sat in the living room and I finally drifted off to sleep. And when I woke up, it was around by 12:30, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I decided to get up and go home. And I left my kids there because, they were asleep. Because I went and peeped in. For the few weeks I was home, I stayed with my family all the time, stayed at my mom and dad's house all the time, stayed with my kids all the time. We played games, everything, and I was just really spending time with my family. Up until the time I had to actually go turn myself in. So I kissed my kids goodbye. Cause me and my dad was fixing to go turn, to turn myself in. And everybody said bye to me or whatever. And on our way there, he's talking to me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all how this jail look. Okay, here's the jail. Right here. You had to stand outside this fence in order to have visitation. That's where I was standing at. This is the jail. That's the little window I used to howl out of. And that's the door I had to turn myself in at. Okay, y'all see, where I had to. That wasn't a pretty sight to see. But anyway, so as I'm walking inside, as I'm about to walk inside, my dad walked me through that door. Through that little door, my dad's walked me to that door. And I remember I turn around and my dad look at me and I look at him and I say, Dad, this is the last time you're gonna see me in 10 years. He said, baby, no, it's not. I'm gonna be there every visit. So I tell him, okay. And he said, and I promise you, I'm still gonna be alive when you get home. Imagine your parents telling you that. Imagine that. Imagine your parents telling you, or your parent tell you, I'm gonna still be alive when you get home. So what's the first thing you think about? Dang, I gotta deal with my parents' death in the inside. Thank God I didn't though. You know, thank God I didn't. But so I tell him to let me walk away. Don't let me see him turn around first. So he did. So I turn and I go turn myself in. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to cry like this. But as I walked through that door, oh my God, the smell was awful. I can't even tell you in words how that smell was. I can't even tell you in words. I can't even spell it out to you because the smell was just awful. The smell was like death. It was like death. So I get in. This lady, she seemed very nice. She said, "You Jessica?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, I thought you'd be on ran by now." So I look at her and I'm like, why would I run? She was like, "Judge ain't never been that lenient on someone. You must you must you must had some type of good impression on him." I said, "No ma'am, I'm just me." So she said, "Okay, well you go back in that room and take all your clothes off." Now, must I remind y'all, I'm a big woman. And squat and cough. And that's what I did. And I only coughed twice. I had to cough with her 5 times. Well, anyway, so she said, "Yes, I'm serious." She said, "You might well get used to it. You going up the road anyway." I say, "You right." So I bend over, do what she tells me to do. You know. So she gave me my jumpsuit. It's a pink jumpsuit. And I go to the bedroom. Oh my God. Y'all, I've never seen something so filthy, so nasty in my life. I felt like I was on a episode of Hoarders. That it was just that nasty. Mold, mildew, disgusting. One shower for 12 inmates. It was only could be 12 people in a cell. They say a block, and it's only one room. 12 people in that one room, but me and another lady was only 2 back there at the time. And I remember on my birthday, I got served with some papers. Some papers to take my child from me. Of all days, I'm already in the county waiting to go to prison. Then I get some paperwork on my birthday serving me because you want to get custody of my child. So if you ever lost a child, I know the feeling. If you've never lost a child, you'll never know the feeling. I lost custody of my son. I lost custody of my son due to that I couldn't provide for him because I'm going to prison. That judge looked at me and she said, "Do you have any questions?" I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "Okay, good. I give him custody." And I'm like, just like that? Like, just like that. And she says to me, she looks me in my face, she says, "He ain't the one in the jumpsuit." Whoa. So I say, "Okay." So I get on the phone. So I get on the phone and I call my parents because my whole family was in court with me. Our kids was at school. My parents was at court with me when I had to go to have my son taken from me because everything they did was totally wrong. And I found that out when I got in prison. And so I get to talk to my son on the phone for the last time. For the last time in a long time. So I get to talk to my son on the phone. And he's screaming to the top of his lungs, crying, saying that he doesn't want to go. So at that point, what is a mother supposed to do? So what is a mother supposed to do at that point? There's nothing you can do. Nothing. But you know the old saying is, what my grandma used to say all the time, you never know a person until you are locked up or in the hospital. And that's the honest to God true saying that woman, God bless her day, have ever said to me. You never know how much a person hates you or against you until you're in the hospital or you're locked up. Well, as I get my days counted down to me heading to the chain gang, I'm on my way to the chain gang. And nice little officer had taken me. I'm by myself. And I tell her, I say, "Ma'am, listen." She says, any request you want before we go all the way? I said, "Can I please smoke a cigarette?" I said, "Because I need about 10 on right now." So she pulls one out. She let me smoke it. She flying. She going by 100 miles an hour. I lean over, look at the meter. She's going 100. And I'm like, "Oh my God, why is she going so fast?" Well, I didn't know then, but now I know why she was going fast. Because just in case she was being followed or somebody trying to, you know, break me out of there, you know. But I come to the prison, and the first thing they tell you is pee, because we ain't stopping. So we get in there. I didn't have to use the bathroom. I just went anyway. I was so worked up to it, just, nothing really didn't even come out. But anyway, so I pee. They shackle me, handcuff me. I hate it. I hated being handcuffed and shackled. I hated it with a passion. So as we ride, get to prison, get an intake. You know, you ever seen the film when all the women are in there and they get sprayed with a water hose? That's not true, but we was all in there. We didn't get sprayed with no water hose, but we was all in there. Every last butt-naked female was in that shower area. And we had to, a thing called delice. When it's like these little bottles, you have to put on your whole body. And they do mean your whole body, from your head to your toe. From your butt crack to everything. That's what you have to do. And they want you to go through your fingers, through your toenails, through your toes, everything. And this one, the officer looked at me and she said, "Oh, you gonna need about 4-5 bottles." And I'm looking like, God, dog, you gotta say all that? You know, I mean, I am a big woman, so hey, I actually end up doing 8 bottles. But everybody else doing 1 and 2 bottles. You know, them little bitty girls, they doing 1 and 2 bottles. But that was humiliating too. You got 2 officers, 1 in the front, 1 in the back, and you got all the women right here on the line on this bench, you know, delicing themselves with all these delice stuff, butt naked, some bleeding, some not. That right there was, it was horrible. It was horrible. I don't wish prison on my worst enemy. I don't wish prison on anyone. No one. But that's all the time I have for you today, guys. I know y'all was like, oh my gosh, she finna get deep. Yes, I am. But you need to like and subscribe to my channel. And make sure you hit that notification bell. So that way, when I post more videos, you'll be the first to know. So, again, thank y'all for watching my channel. Y'all have a good night. Peace.